Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, 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 what's up, AfterBuzzers? Tonight we are here discussing all things Grammys fashion. The awards have been handed out, all the champagne's done, and tonight, all that's left to talk about is the fashion. I'm your host, April Whisenhant, joined by the incomparable Nino. I'm going to say it wrong.
Llanera.
Llanera.
Yeah.
I almost said Llanera because I work.
Well, that's the correct
Llanera.
way. Everyone never says it that way. So
Really?
that was the correct way. You got it right. Yeah.
Okay, well, my pronunciation's on tonight.
That's right, guys. It's your boy, Nino. How you guys doing? I'm excited to be talking about the 58th Grammy fashion.
Me too. What is your overall view? What'd you think?
So I think when you first came in, we almost said it at the same time. There were more, on the women's side, I think, there were more misses than hits at times. And I'm really sad because usually the Grammys brings up pretty good fashion. Grammys and Oscars, you kind of just wait. See.
Exactly. Whenever I think about the Grammys, I think about lots of sparkle and people taking a lot of risk. And tonight, people definitely took risk, or last night, sorry, they definitely took risk, but it wasn't in the right way whatsoever. I was underwhelmed. There was no true standout. Not that people didn't look beautiful, of course they did, but there was no standout. Right. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
There was no Jennifer Lopez green Versace dress out there.
Exactly.
Or like a Rihanna Met gown.
Exactly. What we did see were a lot of cutouts.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest trends that we saw. We have this picture right here of Kaylee Cuoco and Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez, and they are all just rocking the ab cutouts. What do you think about that? Do you like the trend?
I love it, actually. I thought Kaylee was the first one I kind of saw in the white, and I was like, this is really good on her. Yeah. She looks amazing. Her abs look great. And when I saw it, consistently more with Taylor in the tube top and the two-piece and Selena in the Calvin Klein, I was like, this is really working really well. There was more different kind of cutouts than just what we see here right now.
Right, exactly. We also saw a lot of black with cutouts. We had Alessandra Ambrosio in this beautiful Versace dress, and also Bella Hadid and Alexander Vautier. And so we kind of had a little difference of opinion on Bella, but we'll talk about that soon. But a lot of just skin bearing, which is kind of what you expect to see at the Grammys as well. You don't expect to see anybody in, a turtleneck and long sleeves.
No, exactly. I think the Grammys are, when you want to, dress up but also show out. Yeah. Versus something like the Oscars, which is a little bit more, not to say the Grammys aren't highly esteemed, but I feel like with the Grammys, the audience is a lot younger as well too. Especially with music or whatnot. So I would think there would be a lot more daring outfits, and there were some daring outfits, but not in the best ways. And I know we're going to talk about it. Yeah. But there were a lot of those. A lot of just not good. What do you think about seeing so much black? I mean, we saw the two, we saw Bella and Alessandra, but then there was Adele, and there was Demi Lovato, and I mean, who else was wearing black? So many people, I can even think of them right now. A lot of women, of course men, mostly men are going to be in black, Puth,
sure.
The Bieber was wearing black.
Yeah.
The black was cool. I liked it when there was pops of color with the black, or there was maybe different texture with what they were wearing versus just a straight cotton, kind of black. Like I said, they are celebrities and this is the Grammys. You want to look great. Right. So you would think.
Well, that's what I think, as a woman, you think, oh, okay, everybody knows a black dress looks good. Right. But so that's why you kind of want to see a little more. I mean, obviously they did kind of show it out with all the cutouts and the different things like that, but there was just more black than I'm used to seeing. Oh, Meghan Trainor was the other one who I was thinking of. She was also wearing black.
Meghan Trainor was in the black, that's correct. Yeah.
Her and Adele were wearing pretty similar dresses.
Right.
Okay, so let's just talk about some of our standouts of the night.
Yes.
My first one that I want to talk about is Nicole Trefino, or Trenifo, sorry. She's Gary Clark Jr.'s wife. She was wearing a Zuhair Murad jumpsuit.
Say that 5 times.
As soon as I get one word right, and then I can't do the rest. She was wearing the Zuhair Murad jumpsuit. It was the one with the lots of beading, kind of wings. It was one of my favorites of the night. I didn't put her on my best dress list just because, you know, I had to save some really special ones for that. But she was definitely an honorable mention for me. I just thought it fit her well. She, in a sea of a lot of people not doing so great, she looked really great, I thought.
I didn't even see her until you showed me that picture, and I was like, wow, that looks really, really good. It looked like a jumpsuit that you would see J-Lo or Beyonce in. Yeah. Actually, I feel like I would see something like that in J-Lo's new show in Vegas. It looked really, really good.
That's true.
And I was when you told me who it was, I had no idea who she is, but she looks great. Yeah.
It just fits her perfectly. And I mean, Gary Clark Jr. looks great as well. So typically I don't like kind of belled sleeves like that, but she pulls it off well.
So it is a bell sleeve. I couldn't tell if it was like a cape coming down or if it was bell sleeve, but I could see the connection now.
It kind of looks capey because there's a slit in the back of it, but they are sleeves.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But they're amazing. What about you?
I had one, and I forgot to send this picture out, but it's Michael Bay.
Okay.
Michael Bay, you know, started off YouTube, and he got nominated for best new artist. And I thought he looked great. He was wearing I think if I'm not mistaken, he was wearing just a regular black tux once again, but he was wearing his hat. I brought the Michael Bay hat. He was wearing his signature hat, and he kind of rocked it really well because it was tailored to him very, very well. He's a really skinny guy, kind of like Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
And things like that need to be tailored into them. Just to make sure the cut's correct and the cut's right for him, and he's tall as well too. So he didn't look lanky, he didn't look too skinny. It was just perfect for him.
That is something where I think a lot of stars go wrong a lot of times. Not necessarily women. Obviously, dresses can, you know, an ill-fitting dress can be the death of you for sure. But when it comes the death of you, but when it comes to a man, the slightest, you know, off-put in their tailoring is going to make it not look right.
No,
so whenever
frumpy.
a guy exactly, so when a guy has a perfectly tailored suit, it might have a crazy, you know, geometric whatever pattern on it, but he's still going to look good because the suit just fits him right.
Definitely. And I definitely think it's important to have a well-fitting suit, even if it's just a black suit that you have all the time and you can switch up the shirts inside.
Exactly.
I feel like something clean like that is always perfect to have when you need to go somewhere nice.
Yeah. Speaking of black well-fitting suit, that's another one. The Weeknd, who was, you know, had an amazing performance last night. He also looked so good. He was wearing an all-black suit. Him and Bella looked really good together on the carpet.
Perfectly.
Exactly. And they're all black. And I was impressed by him because I feel like he, I'm probably going to get, like, you know, knocked out for saying this, but I feel like The Weeknd can sometimes look a little too grunge for me, and I don't mean grunge like rock grunge, but you know, with like all the hair and all the everything. But I thought he looked really like crisp and clean and really sharp last night.
I talked about that yesterday about his hair. I'm gonna pull it up on my Instagram. I want to try to remember what I said. I also tweeted it out because I was looking at his performance and I thought his performance was amazing and it was great. And then I kind of like thought to myself, I was like, that's like, his hair is like organized chaos.
Oh, that's perfect.
Isn't it like the perfect thing to think about? It's organized chaos. It's like clean cut on the sides, but there's just the middle portion where it's just like, okay.
I just wonder kind of how he gets it that way, though.
Right. It works for him. It works for him.
It seems like it would be uncomfortable. He can never wear a cute hat, I guess, but, you know.
It's okay. He has Bella on his hand, like on his right arm, so it's fine.
Exactly. I know. Another standout for me was Demi Lovato, but not necessarily in the best way. She was another one of our black dress wearers, and hers was, you know, it was like the long black gown, but it was like a suit almost at the top. Looks like a suit jacket. And what did you think of it?
I thought it was too frumpy for her.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, the cut on the top just made her feel a little bit older. I think I feel like I feel like she was trying to go for a little bit more vampy kind of look or whatnot. Yeah. And I mean, it didn't look. I don't think it looked too great. Her what she was wearing with the white on the performance stage during the Lionel Richie tribute, which she killed and she did amazing on.
Right.
I thought looked better than what she wore on the carpet.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Me too. It's one of those things. Look at me. I just said that. You know, women. Oh, not that big of a deal. No, hers. That's exactly what was wrong with it. It just didn't fit her correctly, or it didn't look like it was meant to fit her that way.
Like, think about this. So she wore that skirt and she made this a 2-piece, and she cropped that blazer up to a little bit higher.
Oh, that would be hot.
I think it would look different. It would look great.
Yeah.
And she looks good right now. Have you seen her body?
Yes, she looks amazing.
She looks amazing.
I was listening to the radio this morning and they were talking about how great she looked. So props to Demi.
Yeah, definitely. I think if she did that, if it was just like you said, the slightest different cut, the slightest like trim or whatnot, I think would have been better.
It aged her. I think that's my overall view of it. It aged her. And obviously she's a very, she's a young girl. Not that she has to, I don't think like, well, she's not that young. I guess she's not like 18 anymore, but not that I think that people have to dress that way. But I don't mean it made her look like 35. I think it made her look like older than that. Not that that's bad, but you know what I mean. Right. Just not her age.
Like she could have sat behind here and looked like a news anchor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Oh, exactly. I see. I'm wearing a black dress.
Nothing's wrong with a news anchor, by the way. I'm just saying. Yeah.
No, completely. Who else? Who's another one of your standouts?
Okay, so I think you might have had this in your standouts too, because we were kind of like back and forth with it. Was Tori Kelly in that green dress?
Yes.
Okay. Like Tori Kelly always looks pretty good on carpets when I see her like in the short sparkly dresses or whatnot, or even when she wears shorts and a nice blouse to go on top of it. Like she usually does no wrong or whatnot.
Yeah.
I kind of digged the top part of all this and the way her hair was laid, but I think the bottom was just, there was way too much material.
Way too much going on. Yeah.
There's way too much material, and I don't know. It just it looked like neoprene.
Yeah. That's true.
Didn't it? Because the way it laid was like there was no wrinkles at all.
It looks like it was one of those dresses that you sit down in, which I don't know if guys have the same issue, but it's like one of those dresses that you sit down in and that you're just like stiff, pretty much. I mean, obviously, we see the bottom is very flowing, and the reason why I go back and forth on this is because I love the color, and I think that a lot of people who I picked even to be on my best dressed they had color to them, and I liked it because they were they stood out in a sea of black. But no, it's not terrible. It's not anything.
It's not. It's kind of in the middle. Like I said, I was going back and forth a lot with this one. I gave her an honorable mention just because, like I said, like that top half is really cool. I like the cut and the way it looks there. The bottom, I'm just like, I'm not too sure about.
Top half, it's working for you. Bottom half, not so much. Let's cut it off and do something with that. Another we were talking about was Lady Gaga, another huge performer of the night with her David Bowie tribute.
Oh my gosh.
What did not get so much great attention from people were her outfits. And she walked on the red carpet in a royal blue Marc Jacobs get up. Now, she was clearly fully channeling David Bowie and really got into this tribute, which I can respect for sure. But I also think, I kind of admire it for its...
like theatrics?
Yes. It's not like crazy meat dress Gaga, which I'm happy we're out of that era for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I also just don't think, and I know she was trying to look like someone else, but I just don't think she looks like herself at all, which I know that's what she was going for, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to see a little bit of you. And I just didn't think I don't know. I just didn't like it.
I definitely think she was channeling her inner actress, especially after winning the Golden Globe. True. And she was really playing that character Bowie. I mean, like, you just could tell from the face, obviously, and the hair, that was definitely Bowie. Yeah, I wish we did see her in something different, but maybe this is what was going to get her to prepare for such an amazing performance that she had. But yeah, I wish she did try to wear something else at the carpet. I honestly didn't realize that this was, you said, a Dior dress?
She was wearing Marc Jacobs.
Marc Jacobs. This doesn't look like a Marc Jacobs.
Not Marc Jacobs at all.
Yeah.
You know what? As I'm sitting here talking about it, I'm kind of digging it. It's weird. See, I can change my opinion that fast. What I'm not digging, but Lady Gaga, we all know, loves these, are those, 27-inch platform red strappy shoes that she's wearing. I don't know if you can see it, but literally the platform on the top of that heel is.
She gave her another foot.
It's crazy. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? If you can walk in those, you can walk in those. those.
Exactly. Well, she can walk in a lot of things.
That's true. Yeah. She's worn. That's a low pair for her, actually.
Right. What do you think if it was Gaga with the blonde hair and with the Gaga makeup that we see now? I think it might look different, actually. Right?
I actually think I really would have liked it with blonde hair because she's rocking that super bleached look right now, and I feel like it would have looked really good with that. But I think I realized she did it to kind of tie it into the shoe and the orange and the red in the dress. But I think I would have liked it with the blonde hair.
Me too. I think so. I think that's what might have done it for me with this. I'd have been like, wow, she looks amazing.
Yeah. That's another good one. Okay, so another one that I want to talk about tonight. We had a lot of couples on the red carpet last night, and Nick Lachey and I always want to say Vanessa Minnillo but Nick and Vanessa Lachey were one of the couples that I want to talk about. They're not the red carpet couple that we're used to seeing all the time. They're not as much in the public eye as they used to be, I guess. But what did you think? I of course think they look beautiful together, but I was not crazy about her dress. I just thought it looked like literally like this little thing that she had in the closet that she threw on, which more power to her if you have that dress in your closet, of course. But just another one of those, like, you have to keep up with the Weekends and Bella Hadid and that sort of thing.
And Vanessa has been in some great dresses before. I've seen her in great red carpet looks or whatnot. This was just okay for me. I could see where she wanted to go a little bit sexy and have a little bit of the legs with the lace trim there. It's a little black dress, it's nothing too crazy. I'm not digging Nick's suit, and I think it's the cut.
Yeah. Nick just looks like that's his dad's suit that he wore to weddings whenever he was little.
If you look at the pant leg, you can see that there's a lot of excess material on the bottom there, and it just makes him look shorter than what he, he's not the tallest person either. Right. But it just makes him look a little shorter.
See, it's very late 1990s. That's how men wore their suits. Dress slacks almost.
Exactly, where it's just a little bit more loose and it's a little bit more flowy.
Which I'm sure is good for him, when he's sitting down. Everyone else is sitting there, being squeezed in their skinny pants.
Exactly. And he's laughing at everyone else, so we're like, oh, I can't move.
Well, we're like, you should take that in a couple of inches. No, but I thought they looked great. But just, another one that's not especially spectacular to me.
Right.
My girl, Adele, who I love so much, of course. Right. She last night was wearing a Givenchy gown. Adele is like a Jennifer Aniston. She is always going to be in a black dress, or that's what she loves to wear. Right. That's what she looks best in. Of course, black is a great color for Adele, but I'm going to let you say what you thought first.
Okay. So Adele always rocks the mom dresses, all the time. This is her. This is what she does. I liked the fit, like always, with her with these dresses, but I've seen her in something in like skirts that are a little shorter or whatnot, that give her a little bit more leg. I just think it's just so much, what I mean?
So much material.
It's so much material. The red dress, though, that she wore during the performance,
oh my gosh,
should have been her red carpet dress.
Yes, that was just ridiculously beautiful.
And the way that was tailored, the way that fit her, and it even looked like it was so much more slimming to her waist. And she's lost a lot of weight already, and she looks great. And her hair, everything looks great. But I think that red dress on stage was better than this red carpet dress. Yeah.
And I guess when you're a singer, sometimes your place to wow is on the stage.
Correct.
Adele is not the type of person that's gonna be like, oh, let me strut my stuff along the carpet for an hour, so
she's I don't need to do this. Right. Have you seen my sold out shows?
Exactly. That's where the real action is. I thought she looked beautiful, but I want to see a little something different from her, which I even thought that this was kind of different for her just because it was like sparkly. Right. And she does not do the sparkles.
And I think that's what I liked about the dress, minus the cut and everything. It had that sparkle. It had that, it was a little bit more texture to the dress on top as well, too.
Yeah. Adele has the different version of the cutout. So we see some people with, all their abs
but
out.
She has
a little shoulder cutout.
She's like, I'm a mom, and this is what I'm going to be doing.
But she's also like this super cool, not that being a mom doesn't make you cool, of course, but she's also like this super hot 25-year-old, maybe 26 at this point.
We forget that she's 25 and 26.
Right. And that's one of the things with this dress, just like I said, about Meghan Trainor earlier, she just does not look like she is 25 or 26. She looks more, double that, not double that, but like 35, 36.
Can we go into Meghan Trainor now then?
Yes.
Okay. Meghan. Meghan Trainor.
How old is Meghan Trainor?
Okay, Meghan Trainor has to be like 21 or 20. She's young.
Very young, yes.
Right? I think when she first came out with All About That Bass, she was either 19, I believe.
I think she was right out of high school
right?
then, so yeah.
Yeah.
I could just Google this right now.
She's fairly young. Okay. And then you see what she had on yesterday, which was like the Adele mixed with the Demi because of the shoulders.
Exactly.
Right? But I also think it might have been like the color that she dyed her hair to and how her hair was at the show.
Right.
I felt like it was hot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe her curls like let out a little bit more than it should have.
So she was wearing a custom Michael Costello dress.
It was a Michael Costello dress.
Yes, and normally I love Michael Costello, and I'm not going to say that this was terrible. It definitely didn't make my worst dress list, but it almost made my worst dress list. But it's exactly how you're saying. It's the combination. It's not just the dress. It's not like it was a terrible dress. It's the combination of everything. It's almost like she just wasn't styled right.
Exactly. I don't think it was the dress.
Yeah.
You know, one reporter from AP Live, somebody I look up to a lot, her name is Gigi Yang, and she was wearing a Michael Costello dress on the carpet, and it was shaped just like that, just like the Meghan Trainor dress.
Yeah.
You know, like Michael Costello does a lot of these long gowns with like sleeves
and a lot of draping
and a lot of
draping.
Stuff. Exactly.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what else to say there. Like, but she was wearing that, and you could tell a difference. But that was cut right to Gigi's size and her body or whatnot. Her hair was back because in those type of dresses, I don't think you want to have too much hair when there's so much material already over here.
Exactly. You have to pull it away because otherwise it's going to distract from your face.
See, from a guy's standpoint.
See, you know it.
I know this. It's because it's what I like. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's a lot of people don't realize like guys pay attention to that stuff as well too.
Yeah.
It's not just the dress; it's the overall look. And same thing with stylists, you know. But I don't think her stylist really did too well with her.
Yeah.
This time around, I'm gonna stop now.
Sorry about that, stylist. Yeah. It's one of those things where you live and you learn. You can't do it perfectly every time. Okay, before we get into our best and worst dress, the last kind of standout that I want to talk about is Zendaya. And she was wearing the D-squared black suit with a white button up underneath it. She, I'm guessing, was channeling her inner David Bowie with the hair. Yeah. Yeah. So I actually think she looked amazing in the suit. But you know, it's D-squared, doesn't go wrong. D-squared does a lot of, you know, men's inspired women's fashion, of course. She looks great. She's so beautiful. But the hair, like, what?
It was too much for you?
It was too much for me.
It was too much of an edge.
It wasn't even that it was too much of an edge. I just literally didn't think it looked right. It just didn't look right on her.
There was pictures where I thought it was okay. And then when it was a straight on picture, I was like, oh man, I love her with short hair too, by the way. Yeah. Like, she looks amazing with short hair. But when I saw a straight on picture of her, I was like, maybe I don't like this. Like, I don't, but her tuck suit was amazing. Yes. I thought she really pulled that off. She actually switched out, I think. Janelle Monae is usually in something like this, but this time Janelle Monae wore a dress.
Exactly.
I don't know if you saw it. I saw it really quick. I should have sent a picture in, but I just saw it in my car. And it was just crazy. It was black and white, and there was just a lot of it was like a architecturally sound dress.
Exactly.
You saw with a little circle on top.
I don't know how you can sit in your seat with that.
No, there's a lot there. I don't know whoever was beside her, but it was if she was sitting, I don't know if she could see. Yeah. But this is funny because I thought, you know, that's something like more on the lines of Zendaya when she would rock something straight off the runway or whatnot, or something, you know, made just for her. And Janelle would be in this tux, but Janelle's been having this transition recently for the past maybe year where she has gone away with a tux looking suit, and she's been wearing way more dresses. I love it. But Zendaya definitely pulled this one off, minus the hair.
The hair, I mean, you said it best. It 100% it's a mullet.
It's a mullet.
There used to be
She said it too. She said it was a mullet. So
she did?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't feel so bad.
No, she said it was a mullet.
There used to be a show whenever I was young called Mullet Chasers, and I would definitely have tracked her down for that show.
Mullet Chasers, where was this?
Well, I'm from Alabama, so that's not that crazy.
She's like, I'm just going to stop there.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into the best part of the night, of course.
Yes.
Our best and worst. I'm going to let you start off with your worst, men or women, whoever you think.
Okay, so for worst, like, you know, we did this whole five guys, 5 girls thing. It was hard to find 5 guys for worst.
I didn't find 5 guys. I failed at that.
I didn't either. I found 2. Okay. I found 2 guys. One was, and I think we're going to disagree on this one, is Wiz Khalifa. Was one of my was one of my worst. Okay, I feel like he needed the, you know, he was missing the Matador cape.
Yeah.
Or he was gonna, you know, go to the orchestra and start conducting. I don't know. I couldn't. Usually like looks like this, like where like they take chances and risks. Mm-hmm. I'm all about. For some reason, I don't know, I just couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. But he was wearing, like, you know, nice white, fresh, you know, Chuck Taylors, you know.
Exactly.
I have some of his pair of his Chucks that he's designed or whatnot. He does a good job, but this no, I can't do it.
Yeah. I liked it, of course. He wasn't my best, but I'll get there. I saw a picture of him, though, that was a little much for me, where it was like he would, you know, he's with Khalifa. He was smoking on the
carpet,
on the red carpet, and you literally can't even see his outfit 'cause there's just smoke like billowing all around him. I'm like, there you go.
He's
That's
crazy.
How you do it.
I went to his listening party for his new project, Khalifa.
Oh, how
and
was that?
That was it was great. It was at the Blind Dragon. I thought it was a really cool event. But it was definitely contact right when you got right when he got in the building.
You like pull around the corner.
Right.
What's that smell?
Right. What is that?
That's so funny.
Yeah, I left a little dizzy that night.
Who else you got on your worst?
Okay, so the second guy, and oh my gosh, my friends are gonna kill me for this. All my colleagues are gonna kill me for this because I'm talking about Mr. Fashion God Pharrell.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and say he's on my worst as well.
I love Pharrell. Pharrell to me can do no wrong.
In this picture, he's with his wife here.
Yes.
I mean, she looks cute, but is he wearing her jacket?
That is a woman's jacket, right?
It's a Chanel. I mean, I'm guessing it's a women's jacket, but I'm pretty sure. It's a women's Chanel jacket, and he's wearing custom Adidas. I don't mind the custom Adidas.
Me either. I don't either. I don't even mind the jeans.
No, I don't mind the jeans. It's just, but like, I mean, what were you thinking? You could have put a leather jacket over that, which that's a little, you know, less fun than he typically goes. But like, what made you think like, oh, let me grab this Chanel jacket? That like the Chanel tweed that I mean, I love me some Chanel tweed, don't get me wrong, of course, but I don't necessarily like it on Pharrell in ripped jeans and custom Adidas and a white t-shirt.
It didn't do it for me, and I feel bad because like I say, I praise Pharrell all the time. He's a genius with everything he does. Like, you know, his superstar collabs have been amazing, music's amazing. This just, I was really disappointed when I was sad when I was typing his name.
I know.
For my worst dress.
I wrote it and mine's like Pharrell.
Pharrell for real?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I definitely don't think it's gonna be one of his, you know, one of the like the hat.
Right.
He wore that and then like took off and everyone was
and I actually really liked. I liked that look that year.
Me too.
With the Adidas tracksuit on top and the jeans and the hat. Like I was like, that's different in like a really cool way. I thought it was put together. This just, you know what? It's another thing too. I've never seen Pharrell look old, but with this blonde hair, he looks a little older.
That's true. Everybody just looked older last night.
They did.
Maybe we just are older. Well,
you know what? We're getting older. If we've been watching this since we were a little while.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
That was not a good one. Okay, so you had 2 on yours.
Yes.
I had 3 on my worst.
Who was
one
it?
I just said was Pharrell. The other was Sam.
No. Okay, so we're going to
Hunt
disagree with this one for
and
sure.
his Dolce & Gabbana suit. So it's, you know, it's this pink Dolce & Gabbana suit. He needed to put it in the dryer before he walked out the house or something because
Granted, it was a little wrinkly. Okay,
wrinkles
yes.
everywhere, but it's just it didn't fit right. It wasn't tailored to him the right way. It looks like he dropped a red sock in with a white suit.
And it just made the
because,
pink
I don't know, it's just the
Dolce
color of the pink. And I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I actually love a guy in a pastel.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But it just I don't know. It didn't fit him right. That's what I don't like about it the most.
Right.
But and it was just like pink. Where's the pink coming from?
I'll talk about my likes later.
Okay, well, there you go. And my last worst, and you're going to disagree with this as well, and a lot of other people are going to disagree with it, is Justin Bieber. He was wearing a suit by Saint Laurent by Hedi Slimane. And okay, here he is with the white jacket. We have another picture of him without the jacket, or I'm sure everyone's seen it. But even with it, I think he looks like an Olive Garden server. Like, I expect him to be walking up to my table any moment now and being like, hi, would you like salad or soup or salad? I mean, I love soup and salad, but I don't know. But I'm also kind of glad that he didn't do like a t-shirt.
Right.
Like he does so many times.
Right.
And of course I love, there he is. Okay. Hello, welcome to Olive Garden. How may I serve you?
Okay, so for that picture there without the jacket, I will agree with you.
Okay, thank you.
And then I'll talk about my my white jacket and why I liked it later on.
I think it's, he looks less like I'm a punk little kid than he does a lot of times. So props for that.
He's growing up. The dude's growing up. Purpose is a really good album.
True.
He's gonna hit the Grammys next year again with another win for Purpose, though.
Because this was his first Grammy win ever, right?
First Grammy win. This was with the Skrillex, the Jack U song, "Where Are You Now?" But I don't think his album made the cut, so it's for next year. So
Gotcha.
Well, he's gonna be up against Adele because Adele's album didn't make the cut either, and that's probably gonna win a whole bunch of Grammys next year.
Well, there you go. To all the Olive Garden servers everywhere, you can too win a Grammy. Servers. I'm just kidding. I love Olive Garden. Okay, let's get into the worst for the women.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna pick one because I don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Van Bierk.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay,
either,
well, let me just show you a picture. Here's
Okay.
Jacqueline that's coming up on the screen in just a little bit. That's Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Hey, girl.
What is going on there? She's a singer,
Swan
apparently.
Lake with pink shoes.
Yeah, like
Swan Lake with pink shoes.
I think she was thinking the pop of color would help the situation, but I don't think she needed any more help to make it be out there.
No, her and Sam Hunt, the only people who wore pink on this red carpet.
That's true. Her and Sam are the only ones who wore pink, but she looked a little Elvira-ish.
Yeah,
like.
I just don't. I mean, I get it, but I don't. At the same time, that just looks something like I know. Like we talked about, the Grammys are where people can, really go out there and wear more risque stuff or stuff that you typically would never see. But that just looks like a costume. It literally looks like a Halloween costume.
I would not want to sit by her at the Grammys.
You couldn't see around her.
How
for
could
sure.
you? What would you do?
Around
Would you
the
just
feathers.
excuse me?
I'm sorry, your feathers are in my way.
Right. Can you tuck that in, please?
Do you think there's a mentality of like, I'm either gonna really stand out and people are gonna think I'm so awful, but I'll get a lot of attention?
Yeah. No, this is it. Because Jacqueline
towing the line and being someone just left in the dust.
Exactly. I think so too.
These are her publicists talking, or it could be her own mentality. Jacqueline's been on the worst dressed list for the Grammys like twice or three times in a row. People are waiting for her and Joy Villa, which is another one on my list. Joy Villa is also that type of person where the photographers wait for her because she has the craziest outfit. That's Joy Villa right there that's coming up on the screen as well, too.
They kind of remind me of one another in a weird way.
Like they have the same stylist?
Maybe, because it's just like, let's just be weird and throw something on him.
Exactly.
And put a hat on it.
And others, I don't even know. Is that a train? Is that a train?
That is a train, I guess.
That's a train.
That's a lace train.
Yes.
But I love that you said the mentality of like do what's crazy just to get attention. I call it the Gaga mentality, because ever since she came on the scene,
things like
I mean,
happen.
people like before that it was Jennifer Lopez in the green Versace gown, of course, and it was like that was the kind of risque. Now it's just like, let me see how different / original / just basically a costume I can be, so that people talk about me, so that maybe I become a little more legitimate. Which, look, I mean, we are here talking about them, sure. So I guess
they won in that case.
What they're doing is working, essentially.
Right. They won in that case, but if you're on the list like 3 times in a row, and this is the only time that somebody talks about you during the year, and you're a musician,
that's not good.
That's not good whatsoever. No. You know what I just thought about too? Madonna last year in the Matador outfit with her butt out, chaps out. Her and Wiz could have gone together, and they could have been dates this year.
That would have been amazing.
They could have gone together.
Perfect. I feel like they would be a good couple too.
That would have been a really cool picture to see. What about you? What's on some of your worst?
Okay, so one of my worst is Cam. She's a country singer. She wore this yellow, can only be described as ramen noodle Georges Chakra dress.
I did see this one.
I think I'm going ramen noodle because of the hair, maybe. The hair is just, I mean, you have curly hair. There's only so much you can do, obviously, but it's just a little, it's a mixture of like Big Bird and uncooked ramen to me. It just didn't work, and I can't imagine. I mean, I guess the fit is good, but I can't imagine why a stylist would ever be like, oh, this is the most amazing dress that we can find, and you have to wear this. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just looks kind of weird.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Another is Monica, and
she was on mine too.
Yeah, this is one that I also kind of think has the Gaga mentality in the sense of, I mean, she is literally wearing a sheer cape with some silver beading on it, and so she is. She has a single out. I think it's called. It's like I Could Be a Lesbian.
That's her single right now?
It's a mixture, or she did a mashup with Tyga, and that's kind of her thing and her way of breaking into the music industry.
Wait, she has a song with Tyga right now?
Yeah, she has a song with Tyga. So I think that's her, you know, it really is. like, okay, I have a little bit of traction, so let me just, like, throw on something crazy. I don't think she actually put that on and was like, I look good.
Right.
I mean, actually, maybe she did. I don't know.
I mean, she could have, because, like, the way she was, she carried it, though, I'm going to say.
She did.
She super carried it. Like, she didn't look awkward when she was standing there or whatnot. You know, she that almost looked like
it's a good pose for it
from like this far away. Tell me it doesn't look like Nicki Minaj.
It does
for like a quick second. Like,
it really does. I'm not gonna lie, I like the shoes, but it's just one of those things. Like, she Instagrammed a picture earlier. I was stalking her just to see what she said, but she was like something about less is more, and I'm like, wait, do you think you're covered up? Or do you think apparently the back, like, people couldn't even show pictures of it because it revealed even more than the front did. But
really, well, okay, Monica.
I mean,
we're talking about you once again.
Yeah, you're right. She did. She worked it. At least she didn't look cray in it. Probably one of my worst of the night is Dencia.
Yeah, so we both had this because Hello Kitty.
I mean, literally, it's a onesie. So I get, there are so many times where I'm like, I'm just going to be lazy on the couch and do nothing. But she turned it into her Grammy outfit. I mean, look at this. I
feel bad for Hello Kitty. Was this even like, did she get licensing for this?
She probably had to, I bet.
Like, because Hello Kitty's coming out her leg.
Out of her thigh.
Her thigh.
I mean,
her
just
hair,
everywhere.
I think.
But it's one of those cases of like, but literally, what were you're only doing this to get attention. You're not doing this for an actual fashion statement.
This was definitely, once again, like, okay, so after Lady Gaga did her whole situation with, you know, like the standout stuff, Nicki Minaj was doing it, Kesha was doing it, and Nicki Minaj was doing it over and over and over again until recently. This is the Nicki Minaj moment. This is Barbie right here.
Yeah.
Tell me this isn't.
That's true. Except, you know what? There was something about when Nicki Minaj did it that seemed a little different than this.
Well, because she was put together.
Exactly. This literally just looks like she rolled out of bed and was like, let me put some stuff on this and call it fashion.
Did she hot glue it? She had
Where's my hot glue gun
Maybe she had like a bedazzle party the night before because her shoes were like...
I used to do that too when I was in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
We used to have bedazzling parties.
She definitely had one.
Oh, goodness.
And she left her onesie on from the sleepover.
Yes. Who else do you have on yours?
Okay, so I have Elle King. I have Elle King as one of my worst dressed. I'm sad about this one because I love her voice and she's very rockerish. She's very rockerish and the way and some of the stuff she pulls off together is really, really good. This one was just, once again, way too much material.
Yeah.
That slit wasn't high enough, I don't think, because it just showed her knee, and.
It's just unflattering.
No, look at it. Like, yeah, the feathers around her waist make her look like she's bigger than she is.
Right. What is with these unflattering black dresses? Black dresses are supposed to be like the go-to thing.
Exactly.
And that's just not good.
Okay, like the black dress you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
Like it's a simple black dress, but there's flow to it. You could do that. People could do that on the carpet, I think. You know what I mean? Here, there's just way that the flow is going the wrong way.
Yeah.
For some of this stuff.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into our best.
Yes. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Best men. I'm going to go... Okay, you had Wiz Khalifa on your worst.
Yes.
I have Wiz Khalifa on my best, mainly because he's wearing some really cool pants.
All right, Kanye.
Yeah, you know, I just thought it was very Wiz Khalifa. I thought he pulled it off. He wore it well. He didn't. No one else could wear pants that were 3 inches too short for him.
You're right. You're right.
I liked that.
You're right.
One of my other best dressed, and it kills me that I could not find what suit or who made his suit, was Mark Ronson.
Me
Another
either.
one,
Yeah.
a big win for Record of the Year. He just looked so good to me, and he had the blue pinstripe jacket
Yes.
with literally like a black T-shirt underneath, black pants, and some some dress shoes.
He looked
and I just
super
thought
cool.
he looked
Yeah, he just looks like he's like, I'm here. I'm
He's
good.
not overdone. He didn't look. He looked Grammys.
He did. He did. He looked great. I thought this was a good look for him.
Yeah.
One that I had that you did not like was Mr. Sam Hunt.
Mm.
I understand the whole wrinkle situation. I
Yeah.
just thought the suit was I like the color of the suit. I don't know why.
Okay.
You know, I don't usually wear pastels or whatnot, but I think it was that bright pop of white right there that kind of like that kind of pulled it together for me. If the suit was, not dry, pressed well.
Right.
I think it might have changed it for you.
Probably so.
And you I don't know if you probably saw a picture of the bottom of his pants where it was just a little bit more frumpy, like I was
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe that might have been it too. But he was one of my best. Another one too is Big Sean. He was wearing
One of mine.
a black and white tux from Zendaya, and I thought it was really, really cool. He was also wearing Giuseppe Zanotti designer shoes. I thought he looked really, really good. Like, I thought he was dope.
I would go out on a limb and say Big Sean is my best dressed man of the night. He is another one that just looked like
Right.
he looked very Grammys. He didn't look too overdone. He looked put together, and he just looks good. And you know what? He looks like, I know I look good.
No, he was feeling himself. With that
yeah.
little lean, you saw the little lean? He was like, yeah, take a picture of me.
But you kind of have to do that when
No,
you're on the red
definitely.
carpet. So many people there watching you. That's kind of something that you have to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody else on yours?
Yes, I have one. I definitely want to say this one out loud. Charlie Puth. He was wearing a Saint Laurent sparkle black tux.
Yes, all the sparkles.
What? Like this was cool because we were talking about the all black, and it's dope when there's texture or there's something different to it, and it was sparkled all over. I would never think he would do something like this, but because he to me he's like a quiet guy when I see him, like on interviews or whatnot. He's a little bit more reserved. Here, he just went for it and he showed out.
Exactly.
I
loved
dug
it.
I dug it.
I also loved, kind of on the sparkle trend, John Legend. He
John Legend
was
was
wearing
good, too.
a Gucci suit. The jacket had gold polka dots on it, and it's just understated, but a pop of something fun, which is
cool.
what they do at the Grammys.
Right.
And of course, he looked great with his super prego wife, Chrissy
my God,
Teigen, who
Chrissy.
looked so ridiculously
Chrissy was
beautiful. But he just looked great. I loved the little gold. I appreciated the sparkle. It kind of
Right.
mixed it up from, just monotonous the dresses or suits, I guess.
Definitely. And them together, standing together at the carpet was pretty good.
Oh, I know.
She wouldn't let him go out the house without looking good.
No. Well, they're also one of the... There he is. Look, he's such a little cutie pie. Even the way... I don't know. I just love me some John Legend, but I thought he looked great. Last on my best dress for men was Sam Smith. He was wearing a Tom Sweeney suit. It was blue. A lot of people were kind of freaking out over him last night about how much weight he's lost, but I think he looks great.
I think he looks great. I think he looks healthy. I thought I saw him skinnier before, so I kind of like this. Maybe it's the beer that added the weight or whatnot.
Oh, maybe so.
But I think he looked good. He looked great.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, my last one too. So let me just throw it out there. I don't even know what he was wearing, and I was looking really, really hard for this. Was Jack Antoff. He was wearing a gray and black tux
Loved
with
him.
a super white, crisp shirt. He's a frontman for Fun, and he played at the opener with Taylor Swift as her guitarist. It just looks so well put together.
I love the glasses. He looks great.
I would
Classic.
totally rock this to another event. I actually wore something like this to a wedding, I think, that I hosted.
Oh, really?
And I like that whole the darker lapel with a gray jacket. It's just a cool look. And it gives you something different than just a black suit.
I agree. All right, the ladies of the hour. Who are some of your best women?
Okay.
Best dressed.
So some of my best women, I'm going to start off since we just talked about her, was Chrissy Teigen.
Yes.
All right, she was wearing a Yusef Al Jasmine neoprene gown with a jewel bedazzled kind of cape. And I thought she looked great, pregnant.
She pulls off the pregnancy look
Perfect.
so well.
Like she wore her baby bump as an accessory. She looked amazing. And just look at it. I think, it was, this could actually also be like an Oscar gown, like the way it looked, right?
It's another thing that you said earlier. I love how she did her hair with it, because if she a lot of times she does, the big loose curls, and if she had done that, it might have been too much, and we might have put her in a different category. Right. But I think the fact that she slicked her hair back, she's wearing this not fitted but kind of fitted white gown. I think it was perfect for her. She looked beautiful.
What about you?
One of mine, kind of going on the white trend, is Kaylee Cuoco in her Naeem Khan jumpsuit. She's actually probably my best dressed of the night, even though it's a little people might say it's simple, but I just think she looked so beautiful. Her body looks amazing in it, and I love all of the beadwork on it. She just looked great. She looked like, I know I look good in this. No,
I think she was great. I think she looked amazing, and simple enough to not wear any accessories, because I think the outfit spoke for itself.
Yeah, definitely. Ellie Goulding is another one of my best dressed in this kind of rose-colored Stella McCartney dress with the reason why she is on the best dressed list is because of this bag. She's literally dripping in diamonds going down the back. The front was actually pretty basic, pretty plain, just like a V-neck pink dress, which is what I thought it was at first, and then she turns around and it's like, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
I never thought about her like twice until she turned around and I saw the dress, and I was like, that's definitely something you want to see twice.
Oh yeah.
Selena Gomez, we had her up earlier.
Yes.
She was in her blue Calvin Klein dress, once again with the cutouts on the side or whatnot, but I thought this was great because it's like, once again, it's almost a simple dress, but the cutouts just make it even even more great.
Yeah.
I just thought she looked great. I think I liked the way her hair was. This kind of dress, once again, I don't think needs too many accessories around the neck because of the texture of the dress and how it looks. It photographs really, really well. And
that's what Selena Gomez is known for, a glittery hot dress.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that she stuck with what she knows and what she knows she looks good in, and she rocked it.
Right.
This one, Carrie Underwood, is also on my best dress list. She was wearing a Nicolas Jabon black dress, and she is pretty much solely on my list for her jewels that she is wearing.
For the jewels, gotcha.
That is a necklace that her husband bought her for Valentine's Day.
How much was that?
Now, purchased her. So most of the time when stars wear jewelry on the carpet, it's borrowed.
Right.
No, this amazing necklace her husband purchased for her for Valentine's Day, and she wore it a few days later to the Grammys.
Well,
no big deal.
Go. No big deal.
I mean, of course, Carrie Underwood's legs. Now that is how you do a black slit. Her legs are, I can't even.
They're toned, they're tan. She looks good.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, this one we kind of went back and forth with, but she is on my best dress list. It's Taylor Swift in her two-piece Atelier Versace dress.
Yeah.
I like this because it's like every year Taylor gets a little bit more daring. The bob cut worked well with this. I don't know how I'm gonna like it with whatever else she's gonna be wearing.
I did not like the bob.
I didn't I would only like it with this. I think it works fine here. I didn't like it when she was performing. But for some reason, I think maybe because everything's like very symmetrical with the dress.
Yeah.
Especially the tube top is.
I mean, legs for days.
Oh yeah.
Also,
that's a good slit once again.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was basically like a little underwear type thing almost with the big flowing skirt over it. There are so many amazing memes of Taylor Swift going on right now though with this
Dora
dress.
the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. There's the one from the prom dress from 10 Things I Hate About You, but mainly it's Anna Wintour. I just think that is right. That has to be.
She
exactly
has
what
Anna Wintour hair right now.
That's exactly. That's what I think she looks like. Overall, great Grammys.
Yes.
A lot of good fashion. I'm so excited for the rest of the award season because my favorite shows are coming up.
It's wrapping up. It's crazy, huh?
I know. And I'm happy we're doing this at AFTERBUZZ again. We're starting to do specials on all the award shows. So we have some lovely counterparts who did shows specifically on the music and the awards and everything. So definitely tune into that and keep coming back for all of the rest of our award specials. I had a great time with you.
I did too. This is my first time with April on a panel. This was great. I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll see y'all next year for 2017 Grammys.
I hope so.
Hopefully we'll get a little more
Can we
stuff
be
coming
on
from
the
that,
carpet
right?
next time and do this? That'd be great.
Actually, never mind. We'll see y'all on
the carpet.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
You know what I just realized?
What?
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.